From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News Weekend Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Saturday edition of the Fbx Evening News. I'm Katie Looper. Our top story tonight. The University of Alaska budgets that were originally put together are no longer compatible with the current deficits faced by the state. The Board of Regents is looking for ways to save programs and jobs while trying to figure out how to pay for them. Joe Heckman, chair of the Board of Regents, said the cuts could impact the university system's reputation. She said the chancellors of the state's campuses are working to find ways to consolidate some of the programs in order to save money.
Of deep cuts like the university is facing, it does mean that you have to cut services and people. If you keep cutting, then you delve into the quality issue. The three chancellors work very well together and are again attempting to, through collaboration, consolidate, use faculty so we can provide the same level again of services and classes, with fewer resources.
A Kotzebue man will serve 9 years after being convicted and sentenced in federal court. 33-year-old Colum Campbell was convicted of receipt and possession of child pornography. According to release, Campbell was using a network to traffic child porn and had both distributed and received videos of children being sexually exploited. Authorities say a search warrant of Campbell's home turned up over 70 videos, including one that was nearly an hour long. Campbell's 9-year prison term will be followed by a 16-year-old supervised release. The prosecution in the case was part of the Department of Justice's ongoing Project Save Child initiative, launched to increase federal prosecution of sex crimes done to children. This program includes teaming with both state and local agencies to increase law enforcement presence on the internet, a place where many of the crimes occur. Another walkaway has been reported from the North Star Detention Center at Esther. Authorities are looking for 23-year-old Logan Austin of North Pole, who reportedly left the facility on January 14th. Charges of escape were filed against him yesterday. He was originally arrested on drug charges and had been out on bail. He was jailed again January 3rd, accused of violating conditions of release, and moved to the North Star Center January 8th. Anyone seeing Austin or knowing his whereabouts is asked to call state troopers at 451-5100. And Senator Lisa Murkowski says the United States is now in a position to be a global energy superpower, and that our leadership can be started by passing legislation approving construction of the Keystone XL pipeline. Murkowski, chair of the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee, says the project will support thousands of jobs, carry both American and Canadian oil, and help keep energy affordable for the American family. The U.S. is producing more than ever before, and it has shown that American supply does have an impact on global prices. She said once Congress approves the Keystone project, they can look at other energy solutions.
And the only question now is whether we're going to take the steps necessary to keep energy affordable. And we can start by looking to Alaska, where we have tremendous amounts of oil just waiting to be produced. We have prolific resources in our National Petroleum Reserve and offshore. If we also unlock just a fraction of the non-wilderness portion of ANWR, we could bring about a huge range of economic benefits.
The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs has awarded a $250,000 transportation grant to the State of Alaska Office of Veterans Affairs. The money is being used to provide transportation options to veterans who live in rural areas and that have to travel for healthcare services. The grant has a 3-year duration and totals $750,000. Transportation will be provided at no cost to veterans requiring access to the VA medical clinic or any community-based outpatient clinic, hospital under the Native Healthcare Sharing Agreement, or via authorized vendors, such as pharmacies or medical specialists that are in the covered areas. When we come back, a new technology used for brain and spinal surgeries is in the works. Also, local pilots gathered and conversed at Pioneer Park about aviation safety precautions. Stay with us. Welcome back. A portion of the vision statement for the Fairbanks Memorial Hospital and Banner Health reads, quote, "We will be a national leader recognized for clinical excellence and innovation. That innovation is being put into practice in the form of cutting-edge technology. The technology is intraoperative ultrasound, and through the Greater Fairbanks Hospital Foundation's purchase of this Aero Mobile intraoperative CT device, a local surgeon is performing neuro and spinal surgeries with pinpoint accuracy. The machine gives surgeons access to real-time patient images, aiding decision-making in the operating room. It was first used in the United States at Duke University last April, and now Fairbanks is one of very few communities nationwide with access to this new technology.
Fairbanks Memorial has been working with local surgeons the last couple years to really develop a comprehensive spine program. And with 2 new neurosurgeons in town, we really would use that as a catalyst to get this new technology. Our timing was rather perfect. When we went to market, the technology was there. We have one of only 12 in the United States at this point, which is a great thing for the community of Fairbanks.
Learn more about this technology and meet the local neurosurgeon qualified to operate it during Tuesday's Health Report on the Fairbanks Evening News. And today, dozens of pilot guides, trappers, wolf hunters, public safety officials, FAA flyers, and recreational pilots gathered early this morning at Pioneer Park for the Super Cub Aviation Day. This annual event is intended to promote aviation safety and decrease accident rate in Alaska. The Experimental Aircraft Association provided the initial funds for the event, along with other local supportive businesses. The FAA selected 3 guest speakers for today's Super Cub event. They covered topics such as the highs and lows of flying and owning an airplane, trends and statistics among accidents, personal recovery, insurance, and system details. They also had a specific presentation that highlighted Alaska's unique ability to carry external loads on aircraft and safety precautions of doing so. Vicki Domke, event coordinator from the Experimental Aircraft Association, says this event is crucial for Alaska's flyers, and it's important for pilots to be well rehearsed in taking safety precautions, which include shoulder harnesses and helmets.
Aircraft weren't required to have shoulder harnesses until 1978. So many of our older airplanes don't have shoulder harnesses. So we spent several of our seminars just promoting the use of shoulder harnesses. And lately we've promoted the use of helmets in low-level, high-risk flying environments like guiding operations, landing off airports. And we have 2 helmets in the seminar that are from aircraft accidents, and the helmets are damaged. And the pilots' heads would have been damaged if they hadn't been wearing helmets. So we're promoting helmet use in low-level, high-risk flying, which is much of what we do in Alaska.
It's been nearly a year now that KRFF Voice of Denali Radio has been on air celebrating and appreciating Native Alaska music, culture, and tradition by sharing it through Alaska's interior 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Here's more about that in this report.
You are listening to 89.1 FM KRFF Fairbanks, radio for the interior.
If you set your radio dial to 89.1, you're likely to hear
stories and music, and we'll be talking about issues that are important to the people. So we're able to talk about the indigenous people of Alaska through the radio station and become their voice.
With Alaska's widespread remote lands, KRFF is a culturally focused radio station designed to bring Alaskans closer. The Athabascan Fiddlers Association started this station 1 year ago in February, and they plan to keep moving forward.
I envision great things for this radio station. I see that it's a vehicle for reaching the minority people of Alaska.
The general manager approached Dave Castor, the station engineer, with the vision to rebroadcast to the 42 villages of the Tanana Chiefs region. Castor says due to recent technological advances, this vision is a great and plausible opportunity for the near future.
It would allow this station to become a lot richer with Native customs and voices being heard, concerns, political viewpoints, language, culture, and everywhere from Point Barrow all the way down through to wherever. But also for those of us that are non-Native, we can learn quite a bit about their ways as well.
In celebration of their one-year anniversary, KRFF 89.1 will be hosting a fun drive where listeners and supporters can call in and make donations.
It's the voice of Denali on 89.1.
This is Katie Looper reporting. Joe Cook has Ice Dogs and high school hockey highlights coming up. Plus, a local curler will be playing internationally. Sports is next. Stay with us.
Welcome back, Interior Sports fans. Joe Cook here with your local Saturday Sportscast. Today in Devils Lake, North Dakota, Fairbanks' own Quinn Evanson won the U.S. Junior National Curling Championships. Team Minnesota 2 defeated High Performance 5-4 in the extra innings this afternoon to advance to the World Junior Curling Championships. Evanson and Team Minnesota 2 also won 5-4 in extra innings against Minnesota on Friday to advance to the title round. They finished 10-2 in 12 games. Evanson is the second Fairbanksan since 2013 to represent Alaska at the World Junior Championships. Vicky Persinger was the last to go. The World Championships start February 28th in Tallinn, Estonia. Now high school hockey, a critical Greatland Conference matchup this afternoon between the Delta Junction Huskies and Monroe Rams. The Huskies are 7-0 in conference play, while the Rams are 6-1. Both teams on winning streaks as well. The Rams beat the Huskies in the first game of the year 5-3 in the tournament. In the first period of this meeting, Dylan Steele, he gets the Rams on the board 35 seconds in off of a Husky turnover. It's 1-0 Rams. Later in the period, Rams on the power play, Matthias Sumagala finds Ryan Michelle for the score. He gets one in off of Drew Renaud's shoulder. Monroe up 2-0 after one. The second period might have gone scoreless as Nate Jankowski and Renaud made some nice saves for the teams, but Sumangala, he finds the back of the net with 4:05 left in the period after the Bella Armstrong assist. Nice play, and Armstrong's first point of the year. Monroe hands Delta their first conference loss in a 5-0 win. Sumugala with 2 goals and a helper, Steele with 2 goals, and Nate Jankowski with the shutout. Both teams are 7-1 in the Greatland, and they will meet again in Delta on Wednesday. Here are some other final hockey results from Friday night. Zach Savarai goes for another game-winning goal for West Valley. This one in overtime, 3-2 win over Diamond. Richie Stickle, he scored the power play goal to force overtime. The North Pole Patriots, they get a road win, 3-2 over Bartlett. Dylan Latham, he scored the game-winning goal in the second period for the Pats. Jimmy Kelly had 14 saves in the win. Lathrop, they lose by 5, 6-1 to Palmer. Steven Trulio scored for the Malamutes. The Alaskan Anak hockey team suffered another third period letdown on the road Friday night. Alaska was up 3-1 in the third period before surrendering 3 unanswered goals to the number 10 Michigan Tech Huskies. Blake Patilia scored the game winner for Tech, 3:46 into overtime for the 4-3 win. Joel La Esperance had 2 goals for the Huskies. Garrett Perry, Nolan Youngman, and Tyler Morley, they scored for the Nooks. UAF is winless in their last 5 games with an 0-4-1 record, and they have lost back-to-back overtime games, but they'll have a chance to break that trend tonight in Game 2. The last time the Wenatchee Wild were in the Big Dipper, they defeated the Ice Dogs in a shootout. Well, Friday night was a shootout, but the Ice Dogs were the only ones firing. They scored 2 goals, 39 seconds apart to take a 2-0 lead in the second period. Jesper Orval made his home debut, getting the first tally of the game. After that, Yannick Fidel, he followed up with the quick score. And after another Orval score, the Wild would get on the board with a Colin Burston goal. But just 19 seconds later, Jacob Hetz, he finds Orval in the slot and he cashes in. 12:08 mark in the second period, and fans, they're going to throw their ball caps on the ice for Orval's hat trick. The Ice Dogs continue to feed the Swede in the third. Hetz passes cross ice to Orval. He bears his 4th tally of the game, finishing the 2-1-2 break. The Ice Dogs blow out Wenatchee 7-1. Patrick Munson makes 30 saves for his 18th win. Fairbanks has won 6 straight games. Hetz assisted on all of Orval's goals, and Madry made 3 assists as well. Ethan Somoza, he added 2 goals in the win. Orval has been out due to a concussion since September 19th, but he scores 5 points in his first home game at the Dipper.
Yeah, it felt good to be home and play the first game. It's a incredible crowd, and Hetz and Madry really helping me out. It's a really good teammate, so it's really big. I really worked really hard when I was back in Sweden to get back, and the coaches, Stu and Paul and also Prof, helped me out with working offside ice, and then the teammates helped me out a lot, so it's been really good to be back. I think Packy played really good in that, and the D's were really good. We had take away the sticks in front of the net, and if you take away the sticks, they don't score. So.
And check out this highlight from down in Anchorage at the O'Brady's Invitational Basketball Tournament. Friday night, Lathrop was tied with Ketchikan 68-68 with 12 seconds left. But Jaden Whiteside, the sophomore, he gets the kind bounce on the game-winning shot over two defenders for the win. He finished with a game-high 30 points in the 70-68 victory. Cole Burner, who assisted on the play, he had 21 points as well. That video courtesy of Alaskan Athlete. Great play there. And down at the Delta at the Dean Cummings Senior Tournament, both Hutchinson teams, they will play for titles tonight. The Hutchinson boys will play host Delta Junction for the title after beating North Pole on Friday. Delta won 55-37 over Houston last night. These teams met last week and Hutch won in overtime, so that should be a good one. The Hutchinson girls will play the Glen Allen Panthers in the championship game. Glen Allen won 53-10 over Delta to advance, while Hutch won 60-36 over the Cook Inlet Academy in the semifinal. And that'll do it for sports this weekend. Check us out on Monday for the weekend recap. Katie Looper is up next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Welcome back to our Saturday edition. So the temperatures are going to get real cold real soon, Joe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not good news at all.
No.
I've already started bundling up. Got some gloves from the Prospector. They had that fire sale.
Oh,
so
hey, you actually
perfect
went.
timing. Perfect timing. But
great.
Not thrilled about what's on the horizon. So what's going on with the weather?
Well, you're going to need those gloves, just a warning. But for our weather, it's minus 19 right now. There's a normal high today of 1 degree and a normal low of minus 17. A record high was 46 in 1977 and a record low of minus 60. Okay, I got to tell you, it's not going to get to be that cold in 1911, though. And our sun rose at 10 this morning and set at 4 this afternoon. Our daylight equals 6 hours and 4 minutes altogether. As for the rest of the state today, it's raining in Juneau and Ketchikan, around 40 in Juneau and 50 in Ketchikan. Colder in Anchorage at 15, Kodiak, sunny skies at 27. As for Bethel, minus 13 and minus 13 in Nome. A little cloudier in Barrow at minus 22. In Fairbanks, like I said, it's really cold and minus 24. All right, for the lower 48, things are probably looking warmer for them at 58 in Seattle with sunny skies. Las Vegas at 66, Phoenix at 77. And Minneapolis are experiencing snow showers at 42 degrees. Down south in Dallas, it's 60 degrees. And then over there on our east coast, 45 for DC and 40 with partly sunny skies in New York. Now, for next week, it's supposed to be pleasant on the southwest side of the state, a little chillier in our southeast, and then it's going to be really cold for our Midwest and frigid up there in the north. Now, for back in Alaska, sunny in Barrow and Nome, snow for Fort Yukon. Around minus 20 for Barrow and Nome, and then minus 14 for Fort Yukon. As for the interior, mostly cloudy with scattered snow showers. For Fairbanks, clear in Healy and snow in Delta. Minus 22 for Healy and Fairbanks, and minus 9 for Delta. All right, now on our east coast, rain in Juneau and Ketchikan, temperatures around 40 degrees. And for our west side of the state, it's partly cloudy in Bethel and Kodiak, mostly cloudy in Cold Bay. Temperatures around 25 in Kodiak, 30 in Cold Bay, and minus 12 in Bethel. Much nicer than our temperatures. And then sunny in Anchorage and Homer, mostly cloudy in Valdez, and again, nice temperatures for them. All right, for tonight's forecast, minus 28 with periods of snow and no significant accumulation. As for tomorrow, we can expect it to be minus 20 degrees with snow showers, but here comes the real temperatures. Minus 30 for Monday and Tuesday, minus 25 Wednesday. It's going to warm up a little bit on Thursday and Friday, but sadly our negative temperatures, minus 45 for Monday. But, you know, again, increasing in temperature, so hopefully it's just a little cold spurt, Joe. What's the coldest you've been in so far?
When I first got here, it was October 2012. That winter was pretty rough.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was like negative 45, but that was like the high. It was
the
crazy.
High of the day?
Yeah, the high was like negative. It was ridiculous.
That's too much.
It's Alaska, folks. You know, hey, it is what it is. But
it is.
It's not going to be pleasant.
Can't do anything about it. So stay inside. All right, but that'll wrap up our Saturday edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We're glad you could join us.
And as always, join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com.
From all of us here at the News Center, have a good weekend.
Stay warm.